The Buried City. The Buried City is a research project that narrates the story of Chuquicamata through a timeline that spans from the indigenous exploitation of copper to the present day and envisions a hypothetical future. Chuquicamata, located in Chile's Atacama Desert near Calama, embodies a complex history of extractivism and its consequence. Let's start with the indigenous era. Indigenous Atacameños were the first to work the copper in Chuquicamata, forging a deep connection to the land. In 1899, an extraordinary discovery was made. The preserved body of the copperman, a miner covered in copper. This mummy, believed to be the victim of one of the earliest mining accidents, became an artifact of fascination. It was taken to New York, where it remains on display at the American Museum of Natural History, by the way. This act of removal marked the beginning of a traveling relationship between dispossession and extractivism, intertwining ancestral history with the relentless drive of modern industrial capitalism. Despite efforts to repatriate the mummy, it has yet to return to its homeland. Next, the rise of industrial extractivism. In the early 20th century, Chuquicamata became a focal point of industrial copper mining, driven by foreign investment. Located in the northern part of Chile, near to the mountains, Chuquicamata, initially developed by the Guggenheim family and later acquired by Anaconda Copper Mining Company, the site evolved into massive mining operations, and the mine became a source of minerals crucial to global industry. One particularly coveted mineral was that, a vibrant green crystal unique to the region. In 1915, the first urban grid of Chuquicamata was established near the mine. These meticulous planned settlements grew into a bustling mining town. Despite its industrial purpose, the town offered remarkable living conditions. Modern hospitals, schools, theaters, bowling alleys, ice rinks, and even baseball fields, importing elements of American culture into the Chilean deserts. Next, a pivotal moment in Chuquicamata's history came with the nationalization of copper during the 1970s. This process symbolized a collective pursuit of sovereignty and the expulsion of a foreign capital from Chile's mining industry. Under Salvador Allende's leadership, the nation reclaimed its copper resource, which represented 20% of the Chile's GDP and 80% of the exports at the time. This move survived even the extreme neoliberal reforms of Chile's dictatorship due to copper's strategic importance. While nationalization was a source of pride for Chileans and miners alike, the exploitative nature of the industry persists. Copper remained the backbone of Chile's economy. Its extraction vital for national stability, but also fraught with significant social and environmental costs. The closure of Chuquicamata. In 2007, Chuquicamata's town was officially closed. The stated reason was public health concerns, particularly respiratory issues caused by the proximity to the mine. However, the underlying motive was logistical. The mine needed more space for its growing waste deposits, massive piles of mining debris known as tailing. The decision to dismantle a town with nearly a century history underscored the prioritization of extractive operations over the lives and memory of its residents. The closure left a profound impact on the community. For many, returning to Chuquicamata felt like attending a funeral. The towering waste piles encroached upon the empty streets and abandoned homes, symbolizing this erasure of an entire way of life. Some likened this to a silent burial of the town beneath the tailing, where the physical space and its memory were overshadowed by corporate interest. To comprehend the scale of Chuquicamata waste, consider this. Every day, the mine generates a volume of debris equivalent to the size of the Cerro Santa Lucia, a prominent hill in Santiago, my city. Annually, this waste would equal 7 World Trade Centers in New York. These staggering figures illustrate the sheer magnitude of the extraction process and its relentless consumption of land and resources. For corporation and government narratives, Chuquicamata stands as a symbol of productivity and economic efficiency. Yet, for its former residents, it is a stark reminder of displacement and the cost of progress. The tailing now creep closer to the remnants of the town, steadily engulfing it. Today, Chuquicamata is largely abandoned. The occasional visitors might witness the stark contrast between the towering tailings and the desolate streets. On special occasions, former residents return to commemorate their past, but the crushing waste leaves less and less of the town to revisit it. Now, the city is crystallized, and the tailing only grows and grows, covering house, covering memories, covering walls, covering that used to be a city where people lives there. Certainly there are efforts to preserve the history of the city, to keep a little bit alive, where the people can go there, but also realizing that maybe those houses that were they used to live there, now they are under a ton of pile of debris. In some area, used to be a house, used to be a hospital, used to be sports, schools. And this process, by section, we also can realize how we'll be in the future if the economic growth of the mine and the logistic operational stuff keep going. We can expect that the entire city could be occupied by the debris. However, if we understand the pattern of the growth of the tailings, we also can understand the efforts to preserve certain areas, make it by the government, related to heritage, such as certain areas such as the civic center and the cemetery provide a semblance of protection, but these spaces are dwarfed by the relentless advance of the tailings. The landscape, devoid of boundaries of recognition for its history, transformed into a market grave for a once thriving community. And now what we're going to do with the post-extractivism landscape. The mine will eventually cease operations, leaving behind a barren, abandoned landscape. What remains will be a desolate expanse of debris, devoid of life but laden with acknowledged story. The question is, will we have the foresight to uncover and honor this buried memory? Can architecture and design play a role in reactivating this space, in transforming them into sites of reflection and remembrances? Small interventions may serve as a catalyst for preserving the memory of Chuquicamata and raising awareness of the irreversible damage caused by extractivist practice. As we stand witness to the slow burial of this town, we must ask ourselves as designers how we will remember the buried city.